Okay, it's... Wait, it doesn't say live yet. It just says in stream. I guess it's live. And I know it's not 6 o'clock yet. Okay, it shows live on the channel too. Let me just double check something. I can hear myself. Okay, cool. Hello. Let me pop out a chat window or something. Throw this over here where I can try to hopefully see it. So, the semester's over, and I've only maybe done a total of 4 or 5 days of game programming during the semester. I can show off what I'm working on, but we'll probably just do something really casual today. OBS was giving me trouble. So, there's a couple things that I've been working on, and honestly, it's kind of hard to stick with one thing. Let me open up my itch page. So, as you possibly know by now, I'm the type of person to start projects all the time and not finish them. So I started on this Vamoose project. I don't know where the box is. It's somewhere. I started on this last year, but since I can't really have people over, there wasn't really any motivation to do a 4-player game thing for local game playing. So I just haven't worked on that. Then I am working on the Language Arcade game, which is a remake of some old language games I've made in the past, like what I have on Android right now. I don't know if this is going to be super visible. You click on a button. Maybe if I lower the brightness a little bit. That's too much. Middle way. That's too bright. I don't know. Okay, which animal is this? I don't know. I can't read it from here. So, I'm working on remaking that, and I've tried to remake it in the past as well. And part of the problem I've run into is just designing for platform. Like, over the past decade, a big thing that stopped me from making games is just worrying about, like, no one's gonna play it unless it's on mobile. Or, like, especially with making anything educational, like, people still will download indie games off itch.io and play indie games, but like, kids these days don't even have, like, PCs necessarily. They usually get apps for their phones if they're going to do some sort of educational programs. But at the same time, I'm weird, and I don't like using engines. I don't want to use Unity. I could compile C++ and SFML for Android, or C++ and SDL for Android, but that's more effort than I am able to put into it. So I've spent time over the last bunch of years. Maybe I'll use Lua and Gaderos, which is what I've released some of my games in, but at the same time, it's fine. It's easy to get up and running. I don't like it for large projects, but I just want to write stuff in C++. So yeah, I've written this again before, and this is the second version where I had, like, other minigame types, but I never really released that in any sort of capacity. But right now, my mentality is I'm just going to write it for PC. If for some reason people enjoy it and buy it, then it's open source, but maybe I could hire somebody to port it to Android and iOS. So that's kind of my mentality now. Just, I miss the days of 2008 when I could just make games for myself and not worry about what platform they were on. So I've been working on that with C++ and SFML. Oh shoot. Okay. I'm a dumb blah. Okay. Let me make a note. Timer. Okay. So let me go ahead and open the project over here. And I have my framework / engine stuff that I've been working on forever. I was working on a character creator. There's nothing here yet. But the idea is you launch the game, you see languages, and these are all kind of tests right now. Like, for instance, I was trying to test out Arabic, but it does not render correctly, so I'd have to either build SFML with a different font library or something. I don't know. Hindi doesn't completely display correctly either, so those, it's kind of annoying. But so the idea is you say the language as the helper language and what language you're learning, and then there'll be mini games. And I was gonna make a character creator because I want to make a character creator, but at the same time I don't want to do art. I've made so much game art and character creator stuff that I just don't want to, or it takes time, and I need something that I'm gonna listen to or watch through to get me through doing all that kind of work. And then I made an options screen. I don't really have dialogue, so that's nothing there. And you can use the open dyslexic font and adjust that. You can't hear any audio right now. And there's no audio in the game, and there's no animation. I've just kind of done the very basics to implement it, and then have a stat screen at the end, so if you get something wrong, it'll aggregate and show you what you missed, and then eventually have a bigger stat screen where you can, I guess, track your progress over time. But I haven't implemented that yet because I also want to implement multiple profiles, because if people are playing it on the same computer, you don't want to have them, I guess, log into different accounts or anything like that. So that's one of the things I've worked on, but again, it's been pretty slow considering I've been really busy with work stuff. And then beyond that, sometimes I just don't feel like writing an educational game. And I thought, well, maybe I'll try to get myself to just do something creatively, and then it's really hard to be have ideas or feel passionate about an idea. I don't know if it's because I'm in my 30s now and just ideas are hard. When you're a kid, you don't care if your ideas are good, you just do it, right? But I've tried to make this notebook and write out ideas and stuff. So I've just been having a lot of creative, it's been for years, not feeling very creative. But the idea here is I started thinking of a game world, which I'm not usually a world building person, and I'm not usually a design or a story person. I have a hard time writing stories. I have a hard time with all of that. But my experiment has been thinking about a planet from the very beginning of its existence and the very first set of animals, sea animals, before there's even land on the planet, and kind of trying to build an evolution from there, and then also building language evolutions. So just thinking, researching Earth's history and what were the oldest species, and kind of going from there and trying to like come up with ideas. These images are all in the itch.io blog for the project, and it's cute, I guess. I kind of invented a language for it, kind of like a map of language evolution. But I don't know what the gameplay is going to be like, and the main thing I find inspiring about it is the idea of making a series of games in the same world. So I like that when that happens with other games. I like the Divinity games. I like Divinity Original Sin 2 and Divinity Original Sin 1. I would like to go back and revisit for the first time the other Divinity games. But I like that they're in the same world and there's like this mythology that continues to build up through them. So here's some trigonometry. So that's kind of what or like same thing with the Mana series, kind of. I don't know how super closely related they are, but in every game you have a Rabbite, you have these same kind of enemy types you see. So I just thought it would be cool to do that. And then for this project, I already had it open in a different tab. I've kind of thought of like the start of this kind of cephalopod based civilization and what this starting point is in the story, in the history of this planet. And I have some stuff and design notes here. I always ramble in my development blogs, and there are development blogs here. But I still don't know what kind of gameplay it would have, and I don't know what would be fun. So that's kind of where I'm stuck on at the moment. I don't know how to make fun things. I've been playing video games and for most of my life, and making video games for 2/3 of my life, but I don't know what's fun. So that's those things. But what I've been thinking about lately is Scratch, because we just did a well, for the past school year, I've been helping out with Girls Who Code at our college campus. And so I've been helping the girls and other kids work on just whatever they want to work on. I kind of gave them some really brief tutorials, like showed them how to do some basic things. And then I was just like, you tell me what you want to implement, I'll help you implement it. And I've made some demos. So I've been thinking about Scratch, and actually, because it's kind of fun to come up with how to make a game with the constraints of the game, of the engine. What's the buttons? I didn't pay attention. Important meeting. It's not an important meeting, it's just an alarm for this. But just trying to think of like, oh, I could make a little game, and it's like a lot of fun to just make something in Scratch. That is entirely too loud. And just see what you can do within the constraints. So I was thinking, at first, maybe I'd try to prototype some gameplay for this game, Mupoa Bopu. So in the language of the game world. And I was thinking of maybe trying to do like some demos of like how I could make a multi-screen RPG. This is all I have at the moment here. I know some of the kids wanted like, how do you transition between screens? And actually it's kind of a pain in the butt. I only really did it here. But kind of just working on that. So anyway, my thought was maybe if I can prototype my game and make something that feels fun to play in something like Scratch, where I don't have to worry about like really here we're procedurally generating all of the terrain and whatever else I was thinking of, I could just prototype like a small version But before that, I don't have any assets for that game. So what I was thinking of doing today was either basically just taking an old game and kind of making a little port of it in Scratch. And I was looking at Rarrenth, but I was also looking at Finn and Kit because I thought that would translate to Scratch pretty well as well. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Here's Cora the cat, and then Kabe is behind me, just kind of like, I don't know. She's out of here. So yeah, that's me. So I want to try to maybe do game dev streams weekly, at least for now, to motivate myself to keep working on something. And we do have like our every other week project nights we do. And there's also every Sunday there's a flyover indies co-working time on Discord. But I don't know, maybe if I'm like streaming something, I'll feel more accountable to getting a thing done in a few hours. So Corey is not happy that I'm holding her. Her tail is being a mad kitty cat tail. But let's see. So I have games. Where's my games folder? We have it here. So I have all my art from Finn and Kit already. So I thought I would just kind of play around with just kind of implementing the basic gameplay and seeing if I can make that fun. And maybe I could implement Rarrenth in Scratch. Clearly not with like screen scrolling. It would have to be kind of like a screen by screen type of thing. And maybe just get ideas from that. Another thing is if I prototype a game in Scratch, it'll be really easy to get somebody to come play the project. Because I just link you to it, whereas like getting someone to download your game is kind of hard. So, alright, so let's think about Finn and Kit. I don't know if this will currently build. Let me go back here. Can we see the current version? No, it's not going to work. Can I run a previous version? That's too loud. So with Finn and Kit, mostly I spent a lot of time doing this level editor. Whee! I'm very proud of this level editor. It's a really cool level editor. But I never got around to actually making any levels, so the story mode is just kind of a bunch of placeholder things. But the gameplay here is... Oh, it loaded that one. You're supposed to avoid bad things. Whee! Test. Jump over bad things, and then, you know, you're just doing that. So I thought maybe that'd be a good place to start with Scratch. I should just finish Finn and Kit. Like, it exists. It's right here. Why am I not finishing Finn and Kit? I don't know. What is wrong with me? I know I have some texture glitches. I wonder how hard it would be to port it to my current version of the engine. That might be a question for another time. Anyway, we're just going to make this Finn and Kit. We're going to make a Finn and Kit game. So I'm going to throw this over here. We're going to look at the assets. Got some basic background, so I can just go into backdrops and upload the backgrounds. We'll just do... if I do plain blue, then I don't have to worry about scrolling it. So we'll do upload over here. Not might. Do just that, but it doesn't even fill up the entire screen. I'm gonna have to adjust it. So the Scratch screens, let me look at what they're it is 240 times 2, 180 times 2. We'll just kind of copy paste that and make a folder, Fin in Kit, background, delete that. We'll just kind of make adjustments as we're going. So there is a background. And I can put different backdrops in here. It is kind of annoying to change states in Scratch. And I haven't really looked at other people's source code for how they do this. But we'll just kind of start off with something. So I have a logo. Do the logo. Here's our logo. Just add that in. I guess we'll throw it into the documents. It's kind of big. We can adjust it in here, make it smaller, and then just put it over here, and then we'll get rid of Scratch Cat. We have UI buttons. I'll just keep these. I'm not going to add text. So we'll have play and I guess maybe help, and we need the back button. We'll start with those. So we're going to have button play. Okay. So some of the things we have to do now is basically tell Scratch to hide things during certain states. So with Scratch, we have when the green flag is clicked, and that's basically when you press play. But we also have the ability to broadcast messages. So I usually will do something like main menu. So we'll create a main menu state. We don't need the back button when we're on the main menu state, so I'll just say hide. But then for these other ones, like play, when we get to the main menu state, we'll want to show it. So do we want to do like play here and question mark here, maybe? And then back button could also be there. So play, we need to put it in a position. Let's do that. Copy that for question, and that will be on the opposite side. So like -173, or I don't know, what was this one? 168, -168. And then when I hit play, oh, well, I don't go to that state. So we'll just say when this is pressed, we're going to start at the main menu. And then also, when we start at the main menu for the background, we need it to be on the background for that. And I could put music in, but all I had for this game was some Incompetech music, some royalty-free stuff, so I'm not going to really worry about that at this point. I could put it in there. I always like mute the music of my games while I'm working on them, because I just don't want to hear the music. And especially when you like keep reopening it and having to start from the beginning. Okay. Let's also put Fin and Kit in here, and then we can just kind of reposition them based on what we need them to be doing. So we will have these two images, and where is Kit? Here we go. Probably need them smaller than this because we do not have a lot of screen space on Scratch. So we'll just half them. Actually, maybe I should have cropped it before I did that. So if I crop this amount, this is just Finn's head. Copy this. Fin 1, and I'll resize it after. Crop that. Fin 2. Here we have Kit. And then over here, I have Kit 2. And now we'll just close these and then resize them. That's not right. Hi, Soda Pop. How are you doing? Okay, so we will upload these as well. Upload a fin. We'll upload a kit. We'll just name this fin and kit. And under them, we'll also do their alternative sprites. So we'll just name this, can I rename it? Yeah, jump and idle. So again, I can have a event for when we're in the main menu, and we can just say set kit to jump, and then maybe put kit at that position. We'll do that, and then for Finn, we'll do the same sort of thing. So we'll switch their costume to jump. Maybe like right there. We'll put that there. It is Finn and Kit. I was thinking of porting some old games to Scratch and just making weird little versions of it. Okay, so then we start the game and you see that. If you click on help, we could do that later. It could just be some text. I could make another background and put text on like, how do you play? I haven't figured out how we play yet, so we need to actually make a level. So when we hit the play button, click on that. What is... How will I detect if it is... When this sprite is clicked? Okay. So when play is clicked, we want to go to a different state. We'll just go to a game. We'll have like one game state. So we'll do that. And when we receive game state, we will hide the play button. And we'll hide the back button, which I think it's already hidden. And then these guys will have their own setups. What's up, kitty cat? What? What? Come here. Come here, kitty cat. No, Luna, come here. Oof. What is it? What is it, kitty cat? What do you want? Sometimes you just have to pause what you're doing in order to cuddle a cat, because otherwise she's not going to leave you alone. She just needs to have a little bit of attention. Now she's just going to sit in front of my computer. Are you going to just lay here while I work? Okay, I guess she is. I wish I still had my second webcam. I can just have my cat cam, but here we go. It's a kitty cat time. What? It's a kitty cat time. Look, kitty cats. Okay. So Kit here is actually based off of one of my friend's cats from a long time ago. As far as I know, I haven't heard that the cat has died, but I know his brother has passed from old age. They are kind of old at this point. But he's a good cat. His name is Tesla, and his brother's name was Magellan. And then I have my own 4 cats now, but none of... Well, Cora kind of looks like Kit, but not totally. Okay, so we hit the play button. We have a set up state. We also will need some waves to make go back and forth. Luna, hang out here. So I could get those to scroll. Which waves look better? I don't know. Let me make them just the width of the game screen in Scratch. So, what is the size again? 480. I wonder if that'll be tall enough. We'll try it out. Upload. Waves. So we'll basically need 2 sets of waves. Luna's coming back. Hey, what are you doing? Don't put your nose in my drinks. State game, state main menu. It should be invisible when we're in the menu. It should be visible when we are in the game. And we'll make another one. Waves number 2. Put it over here, and then we'll do some scrolling stuff with that. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. Look at this cat. They could hang out in front of my keyboard if they would just not try to eat my hands. Okay, so we hit play, and then we have to reposition Finn and Kit. So let's put Finn will be down here. How do I make him go backwards? State game, we're going to move you here. Change your costume to not jumping. So I'll do that here as well. And also, oh, okay, never mind. We're going to move you here. And there should be something to set it in the background. Go to back layer. Okay, and then Kit, we can change to the idle costume. Stop touching my water. No water for you. You have water downstairs. She's so sad. Say change it to idle. Put Kit right here. Oh, we should probably also get rid of the logo. My eyesight is bad because I'm old and it's kind of annoying when all the text is small everywhere. Okay, so we do that, hit play, it's like that, and we will also probably need some enemies, but let's implement Finn and Kit moving. Say hi to Ash for me. Scratch is a lot of fun. I like making little games in Scratch and figuring out, like, how can I make a little Zelda, like, NES style RPG or something like that. Okay, so let's do events. I could do clicking each of them, which is how the game plays, the normal game, plus also keyboard buttons. Now, with Scratch, we have the ability to check events like this, but when you're doing like a move, this is not a really good event for movement because it's kind of stuttery. It's not really the ideal one, but it might be okay for the game. So we have basically just 2 keys for the game. We have, you have 2 options as well. You can do W or up to move Kit, or you can click on Kit. And then for the dolphin, it will have down and S. Yeah. I ate a piece of ice. Okay, so when these happen, we're going to do a special block, I think. I haven't really worked with special blocks very much. We're just gonna do start jump. And so all of these will call start jump here, and then Finn will also have a start jump. I have to add some variables for, well, also Finn has to jump only if Kit is in the air. What? What, baby? But I could also go into our C++ code and look at their code as well. So for instance, we have begin jump. If jump count is 0, then set the velocity y to the initial velocity and set jump count to 1. And then play a noise. And otherwise, if you can double jump and jump count is 1, okay, so we have a jump count because Kit can jump twice. So we'll do jump count. Delete this variable. Yeah, I'm not completely sure how these work. I read a little bit on a I guess you just put stuff in the slots. I don't know. I tried to read the documentation, but it didn't seem to really be enough information for me. But I thought I'd look another time maybe at stuff. But yes, so we'll need a variable. We will also need to, I guess, initialize. We can, I don't know, I guess I could say this will be initializing the game. So even if you go to the pause menu, you have to continue playing it from the beginning. So we will just set jump count to 1. And I wonder what I had set for initial velocity. Or gravity. I guess I'll set a gravity variable. We will set that to 0.1. It feels weird to initialize it in a specific character, but I guess that's okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, and then I guess we'll do velocity y. Oh shit, that shouldn't be for all sprites. Velocity y, and then initial velocity. Okay, so initial velocity gets initialized to negative 640, which we'll just half that. I haven't looked at this code in a long time, so I don't know what's going on. But we'll just check this out. So if we are starting the jump, and if jump count is equal to 0, I guess we need it. Well, we could do 2 separate ifs. That's something that kind of I hate seeing 2 if statements side by side when it should be like an else if statement. But I guess it doesn't really matter. Okay. If jump count is 0, and we already know that Kit can double jump, so I don't need to do this other one here. Otherwise, if jump count is 1, it's the same thing. We'll set it the same way. Set jump count to 1. I could just literally add 1 to jump count. Hello again, Luna. How are you? Okay. We have set physics, set double jump fall. Launch. Luna, you're on my stuff. Where does it actually do the jumping? Okay, we have a sprite counter for jumping, launch counter. We'll set that. Where is launch being called from? I guess probably from the game state, probably. Wait, where's my find box? I can't find it anymore. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, we will double check some other code. But for launch, we'll just make a launch block. Over here, we'll set launch to launch counter to 10. So that's like our just counter of how long you can continue going up in a jump. We'll need a fall. I have a time step. I'll just do this right now. We have fall. Update. Update lets us move the Y position. Do that. Of course, the update should be happening while the game is running. So I'll put a forever loop in here and we will call update here. So update if, move the Y position if we need to, but we also have if the position is max Y. Okay, so also something I have to keep in mind is I believe for Scratch Y negative is down and Y positive is up, which is going to confuse me if I keep reading my own code, because again, in like doing graphics with C++, the origin is at the top left. If we are jumping, set the frame. If launch counter is greater than 1 or greater than 0, do that. And then whatever's in the base entity. I don't know. I feel like this is less interesting now that I'm just looking at C++ code and porting it over. Like, okay, how do I write the same thing over? We have jump count, update. So I need a max Y as well, but that'll actually be the min Y because it'll be the lowest that fin can be. And kit, I mean. So when the game starts, we'll also set that to their current, whatever, what is this X position? Or the Y position? -80. Okay. So, if kit's current Y position is less than the minimum Y, we're just going to set the Y to the minimum position. Yeah, and I used to use a Java-based library to do some game programming for a while as well, and they had the origin at the bottom left, which also messed up my calculations. And after like 10 years of having your origin at the top right, it's very confusing to try to think any other way. Okay. Do that. There is a hit ground function. What does hit ground do? Maybe that's part of the parent class. Update. Set selected. Friendly name. Look for hit ground. Okay, look for hit ground in here. Somewhere? Oh, okay. So we'll make another block, hit ground. We'll call that from here. Hit ground sets velocity Y and jump count. So set velocity y to 0 and jump count to 0. So that resets the jump so you can jump again. Okay. Fall velocity y. We'll do that really quick because it's just one little thing. Set velocity y to gravity times time step. Is time step of like a variable value, or is it the same value every time? I don't know. We'll just change velocity y by gravity. Did I set gravity to positive? It's 0.1. So we want it to be the opposite, actually. So 0 minus gravity. Okay. So we have these, we have launch. Okay, update. Next bit is if the position is less than -100, then set it to -100. I don't know what that means. Up, oh, it must be up above the screen. Otherwise, fall. Ah, dang. We'll have to do an else if. Or an else case. Move that in there. Move that here. We need a fall. So we'll call fall. And then down here, we'll do if jumping. Otherwise, if launch counter. Okay. We'll just do if is jumping. Okay, so what is that one? If jump count is greater than 0. Oops. All the variables. If jump count is greater than 0, then... Oh, well, I don't need to set the frame. Well, no, I guess I can just set the... Change the costume to jump. Otherwise, if it's less than or equal to 0... Oh, this is launch counter here. Okay. Okay, we'll just do... No, don't delete it. I just need it out of the way. I need enough space. I'm thinking of getting another monitor at some point. Less than or equal to. I guess less than 1. Otherwise, if it's greater than... Or let's do it this way. If it's greater than 0, we are going to change launch counter by -0.1. Otherwise, if it's less than or equal to 0, then I guess we're setting it back to hanging out. Currently nothing happens. So let's see. We're starting the game. This is start jump, and we can also make these variables visible. Yeah. Just for debugging purposes. So if we start jump, we are setting it to 1. Oh, and then we're not really doing anything after that. That's what I was going to look at. Because what I want to do is look at the game state and see if there is something I am missing. Because there is the launch part. Okay, so then it sets it is jumping and then it calls launch. Oh, Okay, because Finn can only jump if Kid is jumping, but alright, let's just call launch from these. Okay. Then that calls launch. It sets the jump counter or the launch counter to 10, so that's the timer for that. Then every time the game updates, if you're too low, you hit the ground, otherwise we're falling. Change velocity Y. Oh, I'm not actually doing any updates with the position, am I? Update. I forgot this part. In position Y. Did I forget it? Where is it? Okay. We need to change the Y position by the velocity times the time step, which again, I'm not sure at this point what time step exactly represents. Change Y by the velocity. Velocity Y. Let's see what this does. Oh. It changes the sprite. And it went back to the not jumping thing. Okay. So we did launch counter. Launch counter is greater than 0. Change launch counter by -1. Then, oh, well, what's the velocity when that happened? Did I not update the velocity? No, it's not really doing anything. So where are we updating the velocity amount? Because that should be increasing. Or I guess it's maybe the time step. Let me look at this update. Update. Maybe I should just make a variable? I don't know. I'm gonna, okay. Let's do if we are currently jumping, then, or if launch count is greater than 0, one of those two, we are going to continue adding to the velocity. Or is my what is my velocity right now? Because it technically shouldn't be negative. It should be positive if we have to go up. Now I do have an initial velocity. Where is that getting set? Did I not set the initial? Here's start jump. I did not set the velocity Y, did I? Oh, nope. That might help. To the value of the initial velocity. Okay. Kid is now up here. That is very high. Let's change initial velocity to maybe just 50. Oh, shoot. Start game. Oh, I need to like reset these. Oh no, I have change velocity Y. What? Set velocity Y to this. Okay, we'll change that some more. Let's maybe do 20. Okay, that's not really enough to counteract that gravity, I guess. Or okay, maybe I wasn't pressing the button right. Okay, now also my fall is not really. Okay. I'm just going to make a separate block for update position, because I was setting that based on, where's the block? The gravity, or, okay, so here's the thing. So we set an initial velocity with the counter. And yes, change y by the velocity. So it's harder to see because I don't have like a nice logger I can look at right now. So we click on it, and the velocity is changing. Does it ever go negative? Oh, now it's falling. Okay, let's just change this to 20. Okay, I think that the first time I was testing that out, it just didn't work, so we'll do a small number. Now that it feels like it's on the moon. Okay, it's not like we double jump at the moment, but we are moving. Now the velocity is very sluggish, so we need to change that. What I'm thinking about is I wanted to go up faster, which would mean the velocity needs to be larger, but I don't want it to do it for too long. So change y by velocity, and then, I don't know, let's just try a simple operation. Maybe we'll multiply it by 2. Maybe that'll make it too much. I don't know. Well, that's not bad. Now the second jump is still not doing anything though. If jump count is 1, add 1. We're setting it to initial velocity again. Oops. I don't see it updating that initial velocity though, so launch. Set launch counter to 10. I wasn't even noticing launch counter resetting. Jump count. What? Oh, it went up to... Oh, I know why. Ugh. Okay, this is why. It's because it's not an else if statement. Okay. We'll just do this. Move that in here, move that in here, and then throw this in here. That should allow us to double jump. There we go. But it's still higher than I want it to go, so let's maybe just set this to a 4. Let's play with some numbers. That's actually pretty good. Oh, hey, Jake. Sorry, I didn't look over there. I wonder if you're still in the stream. Yes, Scratch is cross-platform without having to recompile. This is the more ideal language. Okay, now that I have those working, I'm going to make these hide. And then technically I can use a lot of the same code for fin. So I kind of like my code being horizontally spaced. Like, it just feels like I'm making better use of all the space. But then it doesn't clean it up that way. Oh well, I shouldn't have done the auto cleanup. Okay, so we will move start jump over to Finn and update. We already have that part. Start game. I am going to need to copy those variables. We need launch. Fall. Put there. Update position. Hit ground. Some of these will have to be adjusted because Finn's ground is currently where it's currently at. So let's... I'm going to make one here. So actually, we have a different... Oh, everything is... You two, take care. Ground, what S key? S is the, okay, jump, and then update position, fall. This is its current place, so -128 is its, I also have a different version of this as well. Where is it? Set these variables. So min y 128, and then forever update. Now Finn cannot jump twice, and we'll have to add the restriction that Finn cannot jump until Kit is jumping. So I will have to add that as well. But this one, goodbye. If jump count is 1, and also if not to do like a global variable, I suppose, and just say Kit is jumping. If that is equal to, I guess, can I just type in text values? Just say true. So then anytime Kit is jumping, launch, and then hit ground. So we'll set Kit's jumping to, I'll just type out false. I know I could do 0 and 1, but I just like seeing the text true and false. It feels better. Okay. If jumping is true, then launch. Let's just see if that works. Oh, I'm also gonna have to track where Finn is versus Kit. They can jump independently, but Kit is supposed to land on that dolphin head. Okay. Another thing that's wrong here, which I didn't think about until just now, because it's gonna make a pain in the butt, is that their sprite should change back when they hit the ground. Maybe it's not bad. Maybe it's just this part. Switch to idle. Let's see if that works. Okay. I kind of want to update Finn's costume, because this should be higher ideally. That should look better, but now I have to adjust that position now. So a better position, it's gonna be here, -179. We have to update that here and here, so that should look better now. Okay, I'll also need a Finn Y variable, and while the game is running, let's just keep setting that to its Y position, because we need to make sure Kit lands on Finn's head. So technically Where's my hit ground? If Y position is that, or dang it. Or if Y position is less than fin Y, then we're going to set the Y to fin Y. We'll see if this works. No, that did not work. Let's display that. Oh, well, also, ugh. Now this code, okay, that's not really the logic we want, because that's going to evaluate to false, and we don't want it, or it'll evaluate to true and then skip what we want. Maybe I'll do this the other way around. Was this part of this? I hope that was part of that. I'm gonna get like very lost now. Dang it. If it's less than fin Y, well, what are their... Because right here, Y is 80. Okay. It's a little off by about 100. So if I say 80 minus 100, that'll be about where we need it. So let's see if that is what we need. Dang it. Am I thinking about this wrong? This is gonna be so hard to debug if I can't have like my logger or like debugging debugger. Because it's only really responding to the min Y. Well, wait, should I do plus 100? I'm gonna put a negative 100 here. Oh no, it happened to Kit. Oh. But now I can't get Kit to jump anymore. Okay. What are these variables? We got jump count is still at 2. Okay, hit ground. If that should also say hit ground because you're hitting fin. Holy crud! This is really cool. I just re-implemented fin and kit physics in Scratch. Okay, cool. Now, really, that's kind of the hard part. I just need to put in some like enemies that kind of come and show up at different places and move, and then like collision is just Scratch handles that for us. And we can do sound effects. Isn't that right, kitty cat? We can do sound effects. Oh, I have sound effects already saved in the game. Hello, austere person. How are you doing? I am currently porting one of my C++ games into Scratch. Audio. So we're just gonna, inside of Kit, upload Kit's jump sound, which is just a bad at BFXR sound effect. And then we'll just tell it to play those sounds when we are doing the launch. Play jump Kit, and I wonder how it organizes these. Now that it's also going to be annoying to search through code if it doesn't stay at the same order when I do these. Okay, let's see. Did I play the wrong sound? Maybe they had the same sound. I don't remember. Jump Kit. Oh, this one has... I uploaded the wrong sound. Delete that one. We'll play Jump Fin. I knew they were different. Cool. Let's also do a detect for the escape key. Is that allowed? No. I guess we'll do maybe number 1 to go back to the menu. So then we can play and place them and then hit 1 to... Oops. If they are... Maybe I don't want to have to, like, wrap everything in which state they're in. Maybe I'll make a duplicate for just the title screen. We literally don't need all this except the... No, just get rid of that. Main menu, we'll set it there like we should. And then when we go to the game, we'll hide this version. Okay, I'm gonna delete all of the things. Because we don't need this for the duplicate dude version. That makes it easier. And for this one, then we don't need the menu code, besides just hiding it. So we'll hide on the menu. Over here, show on the menu, and then hide in the game state. Did I put show? Because we'll need that. This takes longer than just highlighting a bunch of code and deleting it. Okay, is that everything here? Okay. So then we have the nice... Oops. Where's my fin? We have to show fin and show Kit when the game starts. There we go. There, okay. Yay! Okie dokie. Let's... Well, I hope it saves automatically. It should be. But let's look at the other game entities. So we have various bad guys and happy good things. So for instance, and technically here, these can all have separate behaviors set. They do not need to all follow the same behavior. But we can maybe for the Scratch version, say like eels always go up and down, or birds always go like a Castlevania bat. Balloons always go up, or something like that. So, and then what else I'm thinking about is on one of my other games where I made like a shmuppy shmup. I just have things randomly coming on the screen. So I was thinking of doing the same thing where I just cycle them randomly. It's not... Because it'd be kind of... I can't think of like a really good way to define a level in the game as far as like, these enemies come in this order, without just hard coding a bunch of things. So I'm just going to grab some art and we'll resize it for the game. So we have, let's do a hawk and eel. Maybe the turtle just moves straight sideways. The balloon can go up. This fish guy, butterfly can just go past in the air, or do the sine wave as well. We got starfish. I don't know what starfish should do. What should starfish do? Or bell or something. I don't know. Cats. Cats, cats, cats. And there's also the end point, but I don't know, maybe we could say if the player gets enough points, they win the game? Or do they just play until they die and then there's a score? Isn't there a way to do high scores in Scratch? I've never looked at that before. Because there's like cloud variables, which is like gonna store stuff in the cloud. Luna, I need you to move. I need you to go somewhere else, okay? Please? Please? Go annoy a different kitty cat. No. Come on. Okay. So let's go ahead and upload those dudes. I have to also resize them. Well, that guy is a pretty small butterfly. What's it look like in the... I mean, that's a fine sized butterfly. Yeah. No, I'll make the balloon smaller. Yeah, because if you were storing art, do any games have a high score table? I guess you'd have to like store the top 10, but like you don't have access to an array, so then you're just storing 10 variables, which is kind of a pain in the butt. Do they have lists? Wait, there is list. Make a list. I didn't even think about that, but it doesn't say there's a cloud version. Learning so much. Oops. I guess maybe when you were like starting the game, you could load the 10 variables into the list and then work with it that way. I didn't know. What are you? Holy butt. I didn't know this was a thing. I completely missed it. I'll have to mess with it later. Okay. No, get your graphics out of here. They're not nicely I don't know, part of me is bugged that it's not like 32 by 32, but also my Fin and Kit sprites aren't 32 by 32. And I know, it's like, you want cool graphics that isn't just retro style. Okay, so here's our dudes. We got... Let's see, how did I generate dudes in my previous game? Maybe I just use it in the backdrop state. And then occasionally set up a like, well, I don't need, I can make this a broadcast, do like a random generator, and then set up a eel or a turtle. Welcome back, Luna. It's balloon. Get hawk. Get butterfly. And then the objects themselves can kind of take care of where they're gonna show up. So for instance, forever, let's do a variable, so spawn counter. We'll change it by 1, -1. We'll start it at 10, and we'll have an update. If that's going to be really fast though, we'll set this to 100. If the spawn counter is less than 1, then we will spawn item, and we'll set that here. If it is okay, and then we will also set the spawn counter. Now, do we have random? Random. Let's say like 75 to 125. We'll do that. We'll do that 50. So that'll spawn an item. When we're spawning an item, make a which item, set which item to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 to 5, if it is equal to 1, then we'll broadcast eel, and so on. So all of these. Oops. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Doesn't really matter which one they go into. They just got to go into one of them. Okay, so that'll start. That'll update while the game is running, and occasionally send out broadcasts to create one of those dudes. Now, it's not... I can make clones. It's been a while since I've done the little clone thing. I guess I could do that. Maybe I should do that instead. Like, maybe I'll just keep those dudes hidden as kind of like the base, and then we'll just make a clone of one of these. So we'll make clone of eel, clone of hawk. And there should be some sort of when I am cloned event. Okay, so create a clone. Now all of these dudes, when they start the game, or also when the menu starts, technically they should all be disappeared. Let's just make it green flag. Okay, so then I can kind of just jumble them up here. Did I put 2 eels? What does this do? Oh, I think I accidentally cloned somebody. How do I remove a clone when I'm just testing things out? You, go away. You're not wanted. Okay, well that made them all hide. Okay. Events when... Wait, how do I detect when I've been cloned? When I start as a clone. There we go. So we are going to... see what we need. That... set its initial position. So it should be all the way on the right. So what was it, 240? Let's try 270. And then the Y can be random. Dang it, what color was the random one again? Okay. I think 180 to negative 180. We don't want it too low though. So go to that side and show. And then is there a way to say if I am visible? I'll make a active. Set active to true if... Actually, you know what? Maybe I should come back to that in a minute. That way I can just do one set of code and then clone it. If active is true, then we do updates. So this one, we're just gonna have it move left for now. If x is less than negative 270, if it'll even let us do that, because I know Scratch kind of keeps you from putting stuff off the side of the screen. Welcome back, Luna. Welcome back, Luna. Is there a way to delete a clone? Delete this clone! Okay. I guess we'll just see if that works. Let's kind of wait for... I should put the timer visible. Spawn counter. Oh, we'll just create a clone of butterfly. We'll do that. Boop 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 boop. It's a little cat right here. It's a little cat right here, getting in my way while I'm trying to do stuff. Okay. It shows up, but then it's not moving. But it's active. Is this true? Do I just forever loop over here, maybe? Maybe that's what I need. Maybe because it doesn't exist yet when the game state starts. There we go. Okay. And then it is... Oh, shoot. I couldn't see where its position was. What your position? What's your position? Well, where is this dude? Okay, maybe 0-ish? Nope. Oh, wait. I think I was looking at Y and not X. It's 140, right? 140? No, it's 240. 480 by 360, maybe. Well, I don't know. Where's 100 at? Right there. Let's do negative 120. Nope, too much. 140. That looked like it stopped right here-ish. That looked like the same as what I had for before, but we'll keep trying. Here comes another cat. I'm just gonna have a cat time. That looks exactly the same. Hey! Don't fight. Okay, maybe it is 240, so start 220. Move in to the left. Kind of. Let's try 230. Can I adjust this on the fly? I think I can. Okay, that's good enough. Okie dokie. So then we'll do its own behavior. Trying to think. So we'll just put a move in here. Oops. And set up its logic. So for move, we'll have it move we'll move kind of slowly. And then butterfly, maybe up and down. Wait, how am I going to do a sine wave easily? I mean, I could have it rotate slightly and just do rotation. Like, we could set it to not actually rotate and then use rotation, maybe? I don't know. I thought. So for instance, I think that's going to be, oh, there we go, okay. Yeah, there's a way to disable the rotation. For rotation style, don't rotate. Okay, so then we can kind of just, we'll still need a counter if we're gonna do back and forth though. This is just gonna make it, oh. Oops, no, we want this at the beginning. This is gonna make it basically move in a circle, which is not what we want. Well, I mean, we could do that. They're gonna move very slowly across the screen. So we can have like a little counter and then do like if it's 0 to 9, do this. If it's 10 to 19, do that. So let's say move counter. Set move counter to 0. And then we're going to keep adding one to move counter, and if move counter, no, I don't want to do that. If the move counter equals 20, we'll reset it back to 0. Okay, so then over here, we'll say if move counter is less than 10, we'll rotate a little bit that way, otherwise we'll rotate a little bit that way. I don't know if that's quite what I want. I mean, it's going... I want it to continue moving on the x coordinate, or the x-axis, so I don't really want it to... I want it to rotate and move, but I also want it to keep moving by its x coordinate. But I don't think this is going to keep it straight-ish. Maybe. Because I feel like it's maybe going a little further up. I don't know. That might be good enough. But it is 0 to 9, 10 to 19, right? I don't know. Well, for the butterfly guy, it's not that big of a deal. Then we can also do if, let's say, update, let's just do a check collision. Actually, it could be a global variable for the lives and score. So we'll do player lives, player score. When the game starts, we will set lives to 3 and score to 0. I'll just rename these lives and score. And then we don't need spawn counter. We can just display these up here. Okay, so check collision, we'll throw that with the update move, check collision. If we're touching Finn or we're touching Kit, so we need or, then we either need to, if it's a good thing, then we there's another, oh, Luna's back, and then Cora's right here. They're distracting me in my room. My office is a mess. Hello, Cora. How are you? Now that the semester is like officially over on Monday, I have to like turn in grades by Monday, but I've basically already turned them in. I will be cleaning things, but like the past month, I've been very busy. Okay. Oh, Scratch has a assign function. Oh, absolute value? Holy butt! It does have a holy... That's cool. Okay, well, I already wrote the butterfly. We'll do it for the next thing. Okay, if the butterfly is touching Finn and Kit, then we will add to its score. I don't know, butterfly seems easy. We'll just do 10 or something. And We'll also delete you. Okay, so for instance, let's see if this works. Yay! And we also need a sound, which is collect good. So we'll upload the collect good sound. Ow, that's loud. And we'll play the collect good sound. Oh, and I need to make sure to reset the score. I thought I did. Oh. Is there a way to hide the variables when they're not being shown? Or am I have to have it forever like that? Oh, here we go. Lives and scores. There we go. So then I can't jump that high. I mean, you can sometimes. There we go. Lives and score. Cool. Now I need to hide my fin. Okay. Yeah, it's just under the variables. I'm gonna have to close my door. There's kind of a standoff going on because Cora doesn't like being messed with. So she's looking a little bit concerned that Luna is right here by her butt. So we're just gonna get these cats out of here because, you know, they're not gonna get along. So we'll just throw them out of the room. Come on, you two. Luna, or Cora does not like being held. Get out of here. Get out of here. I collected a thing without even playing. Okay, so we can make a duplicate. We'll upload then another costume again. Do Hawk. We'll name this one Obstacle Hawk. And we can go in here. We have, okay, that's still there. We'll take these out for now. We'll just spawn both while we're testing. So the hawk, where's the movement? Operators. Does the sine function work in radians or degrees here? I assume I'm just gonna change y. Probably want to store like the initial y position and then set that and here plus sine initial y. We'll do a set y for that. Just look up scratch sine. Yeah, I feel like kids wouldn't really know about radians. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Um, level of furry, level of furries. This looks old. Look at these old little blips. Is there even... Okay, here's... it's probably... Okay. So it is saying 0 is going to be to the right. I have 0 to 19, so maybe I'll just subtract 10 from it. I don't know. This is probably too small. I'm going to make a temporary variable. And I want to set temporary variable to the side of this, and then just watch it. Okay, yeah, that's very, very small. So let's also do some multiplication, like maybe not that. Oops, I didn't know hitting backspace could erase a block. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's just gonna be, okay, it's gonna be like 1 to -1. So we'll throw this like this. Why? Okay, that does not look like it's going as far down. Oops. We'll set that for now. It's moving too fast. Okay. Let's look at move counter. So we're going from, looks like 10. It's so hard to see, it's too fast. It's like a -9 maybe. I think it's going to 10. Let's set this to 19. I think that's gonna make it even on both sides. Dang it. It's a little hard to think about trig right now. I'm trying to think, like, if it's, well, okay, move counter resets back, so it's not actually going up and down. Well, maybe I'll just adjust how move counter works. We'll just, it's going up. Let's just have a move counter direction. So we're going to set this initially to a 1 if we equal 20. Otherwise, if we equal -1, I think. So then in this case, we're going to set move counter direction to -1. In this case, we're going to set move counter direction to +1. and change our move counter by our direction. That hawk right there is not getting deleted. Why are you stuck on the side? Why aren't you going away? Oh, and also that's supposed to hurt you. I will make the hawk also not spawn too far down. Okay, so if you collect a hawk, we're gonna have the... And I accidentally closed that. Collect bad. We'll put that in here. Collect bad. Delete the clone. We are going to change the lives by -1. So, okay. And we'll have to add a game over screen. Okay. In here. Thanks, Marcos. How are you doing? I'm gonna do a check for if lives is equal to 0. And we got a game over state, which I'm not going to do at the moment. And I'm also going to need to update the wave movement. I just want to have this in here. If lives is 0, we'll do that. We still are working on these obstacles, so we'll add some more. Duplicate. Costumes. Upload. Here's the eel. I'll call this obstacle eel. This dude is going to be pretty low, like maybe here, -112 until here, probably there, -158. We'll do this for now. The eel also needs to go in the back. Okay. I'm just gonna put the spawn counter down here so I can keep track of it. So there's an eel, and you'd have to get out of the way. Let me make sure that Finn can jump over it, though. I'll do... Oh, well, also, this is an issue because in the C++ version of the game, only Finn's head counts as a collision area. So I'll have to do something here. Like, you can do Y comparisons. But it's not going to be just a straight we're touching. We do have access to Finn's Y position. And we have access to whatever the eel's Y position is. So, for instance, if Finn is like here, come on. It's like a 20 difference, 20-ish. If Finn is 20 pixels above, then it's not a collision. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. I can do Y comparisons. Is there a block for that? Or because I'm trying to just think of how to calculate that right now. Um, yeah, I could do that. But if I made a smaller costume, wouldn't his tail run away or be gone? Okay, eel Y position. If eel's Y position I guess I need a plus. Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play around with Scratch. Second. Okay, we'll just do this. If that minus that is less than am I thinking of this in the right order? It is a collision? We'll see. Okay, that didn't check it. I might have that backwards. Because if I just sit there, it's not a collision. Greater than negative 20? The more I keep trying to do math that I would normally do in C++, but in Scratch, I get like really confused. That's still counted as a collision. Oh, well, actually, get rid of those hawks for a minute. No, that still did it. Let's try that. Dang it. Yeah. I don't want to write it down. Because that's not counting. I'm just doing this in the wrong order. Maybe I should need to do the subtraction the opposite way. Where am I? You can also use that temp variable to just track what the value is. Thank you. So that becomes a positive number. If it's right here, it's still in the negatives. Let's try this. I forget that I don't have to restart the game to test it out. Mm-mm. Can it work better with flowchart? Oh, I think I had that little backwards. Okay, let's try this. Dang it! I need to stop pressing the button. There we go. Well, I think as it was coming downwards, it counted. So I might have to make that a little bit more, let's try -10. Doop boop doop. -20. Okay, I missed him that way, but it needs to have enough space so that you don't accidentally get at the very end. Okay, that's good. Cool. So we can get rid of temp again. And that's that dude. What else do we have? Hawk, turtle guy, that could just go to the left. And we also have balloon. So let's do balloon. And we'll just copy this one. So we'll call this trinket balloon. And also, I don't know what you mean by with flowchart, like the program flowchart or just the concept of a flowchart. So sorry. Okay, so for balloon, its movement is just going to be, I'll make this a 15 points. It will move slowly to the side, but then it's also going to float upwards. So 2 maybe, and then we'll just adjust this to create hawk, butterfly, eel, balloon. I'm going to just leave off the turtle crab right now. So then when we run it, we should get some random dudes. Here's the eel. Grab that dude. So that works. Let's also add the waves moving, because I didn't do that. So while the game is running, we need the waves to move to the left. We'll just keep this running and watch it. So it'll go to -645 if -646, the X position is there, and then we'll do the same sort of thing over for waves 2. So we'll put this in here. So they both are going to go that way, and then I need to reset it. So once it gets to that side, we are going to move it to the other wave's position plus 480. Let's just add 80 to it. Hopefully that will be okay. And add it to here as well. So I ideally, I'm not setting their initial positions. Dang it. I should have done that. Okay. Waves 2 will be like right here as the initial position. Waves 1 will be there. Oh. Well, it looks good at first. Maybe I'm gonna adjust one of their y coordinates so I can observe a little better. Okay, so I don't want it to go 480. I want it to go like that times 2 or something. Okay, so that might end up looking okay. We got -162. So we'll do that and take a look. Okay, I see like the little bit of overlap. So we'll do that plus maybe 5 pixels. 15 pixels. It also might not be letting me do that because of how far off to the side of the screen I can put something in Scratch. So that might be causing a problem. So maybe I will offset it some more. Okay, then we still have a gap. We'll just leave it as is. Oh, crud. Undo. Okay. We'll leave that as is. It's a really small overlap. I'm getting a bunch of spam. Just a moment. Okay. So we got movement, we got the gameplay. It feels a little boring without any music. Now I do have some Kevin MacLeod music. It's kind of quiet. That's the current default background song. Yeah, Scratch handles the timing. I don't have to worry about the frame rate, and it does controls. So for instance, I can do events like when it's a keyboard button is pressed, or I can do something a little bit smoother and use like a loop and an if statement and do this one for a sensing. So really I just have to worry about the logic. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the main menu, and when we are at the main menu, state, we need a state help. Looks, switch to BG. we're going to start playing a song, and I'll put the credits in there as well. Upload. Was it this one? What was I using? I think that's what I was using for my levels. So we'll do Upbeat Forever. We'll just start playing that one. And then once we get to start the game, we will start playing the other one. Yeah, I use this to tutor usually kids. I've done it for girls who code, and I've done it for like the Boy Scout game design merit badge. So I've basically just, it's good. And I think even if you're an adult and you're wanting to learn basic programming logic, it's also pretty good. And then for me, I just kind of like trying to figure out how to make usually classic arcade games. So I've made like a Space Invaders with it, and then I import my own graphics because I just like my graphics more. But if you were like having a kid test it out or, you know, play with it, it does have pre-made sounds and pre-made art and backgrounds that you can use in case you don't feel very artistically inclined. And then like the kids I was helping out, they would like take a sprite and then edit it. So they'd like take a character, go into the little character editor. You can edit it as a vector, or you can also edit it as a bitmap. So then they were like, you can change the hair color pretty easy and different things like that. So it's really good to just kind of practice with and play around with, make some cool stuff. And then I can share it and anyone can play it. It'll be in a little Scratch player. So for instance, if I stay on page, stay down, we'll go back to scratch.mit.edu. We'll go to here, and if I play like this, I did a tutorial of this one or something, you'll see it here, but you can also play it full screen. So then you, what do I click? I don't know how to play this game. I don't remember. Click on the fish. What? Oh, that's the. That's the fish? What's this fish? Is this an extra points fish? I don't remember. I made the game, but I don't remember it. But yeah, so that can be fun to play around with. I'm gonna go ahead and add the help screen. So I'm gonna duplicate this. We'll say this is help. So over here, when the game starts, we're on background BG. When we click on help state, we'll set it to help. And these all need to go away when we are on the help screen. Hide, and then there, and this, and this, and this, and then over here, we'll just set these differently. So this will be help screen, main menu. Yeah, and I will say, other kids also, or people in general, make animations with it, which to me is kind of mind-boggling. And there's lots of games, like people have their little like Fortnite clones and Minecraft clones. So let's just take a minute to look at some of this stuff. So let's decorate a cake. How to play. Variety of flavors. Oh, I guess you can just click on different parts of the cake. I mean, cool. And you can explore. This is some sort of animation. How do they even make this? Like, how? I can't even imagine how to code this as like a animation. Holy butt. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. That's a lot. So there's a lot of cool stuff. It's really cool seeing, like, you know, it's like a kid's Newgrounds or something. Let me go back here. Okay, I was gonna do the help menu real quick. So if I go here and do help, it's not detecting that. I need to code this dude. Events. When clicked, we're going to go to the help menu, and when this is clicked, we go back to the menu state. So then here, oop, that's the wrong position for the back button. I want it -168. Okay. Backdrops help. So we'll just do some text in here. Yeah. Except this is all like HTML5, so we don't have to worry about it going away. Fin in kit. Kit. Scratch version. I could also like just put this on my itch.io page too. Main game homepage. This feels like I feel like it's weird to link off site for Scratch because like it's mostly kids using it, right? So I feel weird linking to my game page, but as long as it's not against the rules, I guess it's okay. Maybe it's against the rules. I haven't really read anything against that. Mostly the thing that when you introduce it, it says like be respectful, be friendly. Okay. Programming and art by Rachel Singh. Music. I should probably look up the full credit, the license thing, because there's specific text that he wants us to use. Oh, there it is down here. So I'll do another. Oops. I'll do music on some little spot. Where's my cursor? No, let me select it. Ah, is it stuck on the... Oh, this is like a bitmap background right now. Music. White. Okay. I might need to... let's start this over real quick. It should be a vector. Okay. Fin in kit scratch version. C++ game is here. Programming, music. And then we'll do another little text thing. Rachel Singh. Programming and art. So I'll put this here. We'll do the music. Actually, I'm gonna have 2 songs, so I need to make this kind of fit. The other one is this one. Dang it. Take me to the web page so I can get your license. Is it on the YouTube page? I don't want to have to search your entire page. Okay, let me just do... There we go. Okay, so there's that, and copying this part. It's very important to give credit. You gotta model a proper citation for kids and adults, really. Okay, so we're gonna have to kind of figure out this back button here because that's kind of taking up a lot of space. So I might make this guy a little smaller. And we'll move it down. Oopsie. It's detecting me clicking it when I'm trying to move it. Negative 150? Negative 180, maybe? Okay, so it goes back. So I'm clicking that. It's going to state help. State help. Why are you not displaying the... Oh, I didn't make it. Help. Okay, so we'll adjust this some more. I can't get to my other text. Dang it. Move that here. Move this here and move this up here. That's okay, right? Okay, well, it's good enough. There we go. Okay, anything else I need to put on here? Okay, thanks for joining us, Q Ultimus. Have a good rest of your day, whatever time it is right now. So now, play. There we go. Oh, I don't have a game over state. Also, that balloon is not being destroyed. I should also restrict their top things. I should add a similar thing here for Y position. For the balloon specifically. Oh, but not less than. Greater than. I don't know. Oh, I didn't put instructions in the help menu. I just put credits. I need to actually put the instructions in there. Okay, come on, give us a balloon. Did I mess up the balloon stuff? There's a balloon. I mean, it's just going off the screen that way. Now we're getting a ton of balloons. This random number generator. Okay, that's not... Let me see. What is this Y position? Is 177. Maybe something like that. Currently I have -6 lives. Okay. So I need a game over screen as well. Add a, I guess, duplicate. Dang it. Just a minute. Game over. Okay, so if that happens, we need to create an event, state game over, and when we get game over state, we are going to change the background to game over. And all of these dudes we're going to have to do. They shouldn't be showing up anyway. It's these dudes. Game over. Game over. Waves. Game over. I should just have some other kind of more brief. What happened to my waves? Is that because of me? Making copies. And the last thing I want to do here is I want to see about this cloud variable. And I could do a quick max check to see if you have the max score. So, let's see. If we're on the game over state, let's create a variable high score. That's fine. So we will display high score there. When we're on main menu, we'll hide it. We will also do if the player's score is greater than the high score, we're going to set high score to the player score. We'll do that here. Hide what? What are we hiding? The waves? Oh shit, I put this in the wrong spot. Put this in here. Okay, so when we are showing game over, broadcast, switch. Okay, so let's just try this out. I'll get a score. Okay, I'm still hitting these eels. They're so hard. Okay, and we'll just die. We'll have 15. High score 15. Okay, so then I'm going to save, and then we'll look at the project page. We'll play it from here. We'll refresh. That doesn't scale very well. Okay, let's get a... Well, let's die first and make sure it still says 15, and then let's get more than 15. It's gonna hit them enemies. Jump into the... No, jump into the hawk. Where are all the enemies? There we go. No, I don't want to score. Okay, here we go. Okay, so high score. I think I have a capital I there on accident, but okay, let's get the next one. There we go. And we'll just die. Oh, and I need to put the controls in the menu as well. That's the last thing. I just need to put the controls in the help menu. I do see a little bit of a gap on the left side, but I'll fix it if anyone buys Finn and Kit. You have to go to here, download, name a price. It's free. Maybe I'll fix Finn and Kit if I get paid for Finn and Kit. There we go, high score. Okay, that's cool. Let's go back in here. One more thing. So in our help screen, we got. Oh, I wonder. Yeah, never mind. Okay. We got credits. Let's put the credits on one side. Yeah, and at the moment I don't have any extra art for that because I only made this amount of art for the original game. I was gonna add animation possibly, but I was just kind of like getting stuff done. That's kind of small. That feels like I should have more. Like you should be able to actually read who made the music. Okay, so there's that. And we'll do a how to play. This is just a width for this. Want to collect trinkets. Well, let's see. Play as Finn the dolphin and Kit the cat as you collect trinkets and avoid obstacles. Click Kit to jump or press W or up arrow. Kit can double jump. Click Finn to jump or press S or down arrow. Finn can only jump once Kit is in the air. Collect butterflies and balloons and avoid eels and hawks. Game ends when you run out of lives. I think that's good, right? Okay. Finn and Kit scratch version. Let me also you can also set up studios, and I have a Moosadee one. However, I would like to rename this, but I'm not sure if it'll let me. Can I even like remove it? I can delete it. Oh wait, nope, not. I can delete it. That's okay. Make a new one. Change the logo. Somewhere I have a bunch of graphics of Moosey Head. I got these as well. Oh, that's cute. With the background, kind of, maybe, I don't know. It might not look good with just a transparent background. It's too big! Is that still too big? What is it? Okay, well, I could also set this up later. But we can throw Finn and Kit on there. This should be shared now. Share. It is now public. I can add it to, well, that needs refresh probably. And I should probably fill out the other stuff. See, project is not shared. Share it. Put it in the studio. Instructions. Guide Finn and Kit. Finn the dolphin. kit the cat to collect trinkets and avoid obstacles. Kit. Jump by clicking kit or pressing W or up arrow. Kit can double jump. Then kind of want it on one screen. Jump by clicking Fin or pressing S or down arrow. Fin can only jump once Kit is in the air. Collect balloons and butterflies. Avoid eels and hawks. Programming and art by Rachel Singh. Based on... I want to link to my own webpage. In Kit 2016. Music. I guess I need to probably open that up to get the music credits again. Sound effects made with VFXR. Okay, cool. I'm a cool person. I don't know, I just... okay, so I got the studios. I'll like put the link to this in here and stuff. Oh, that looks so good. And I'm actually gonna put a link to this on the itch page as well. You probably don't want to read my tweets. So, yeah. There's not a way to like link to a specific file, right? Okay. New Scratch version. Play the Scratch version of this game here. And then I need to add a horizontal rule right here. And then maybe eventually I'll actually finish this game because there's a lot done. There's the Scratch version. Okie dokie. Well, I'm just gonna set this to webcam for a minute while I post this on Twitter, and I guess also upload a logo for my Moosadee Scratch page. If anyone has any comments or questions, now's a good time before I get going and probably play video games for the night. Let me find stuff. There we go. Get that. Need to find a picture with the signature Moosadee purple color. And put these in here. Just doing some graphics editing. I know you can't see it. But yeah. Thanks for hanging out. If you're watching this after the fact, thanks for watching this after the fact. And Scratch Moosadee. Name in a file. I might do more of these because I still think it would be fun to make a Scratch version of Rarith that's a little bit more like NES Zelda, where you have single screens and you move between the screens and trying to figure out how to move between the screens. And then I'm just trying to think. And then having like RAR run around, because I have those graphics. And then I'd probably have to do the backgrounds where I just take a picture of the background and upload it and then figure out how I would do collision with that. So I might do that, but I'm going to try to do another stream on Friday next week, probably around the same time. I got kind of restless waiting for 6 o'clock, so I started at 5 today, so maybe I'll just start at 5 next time. And that could be C++ code or just whatever sounds like fun to program at that time. But mainly, I just kind of want to get myself to make stuff regularly instead of, I don't know. I'll like do a bunch of coding on one day and then I will not have time and then it'll just be like I did a bunch of stuff and then there's like no progress for a whole month. So I want to avoid that. I want to be able to continue, even though I'm working full time, working on games or other things that I always like to look back at what I've made and just appreciate stuff I've made. It makes me feel happy to create things. So I wish I created things more. And I create stuff all the time. I create stuff for my classes all the time, but and those are publicly available if you needed C++ lectures or C++ exercise programs. But it's not as like nice to show off. I don't know. Games are cool, right? So, yeah, I am going to go eat some biryani and probably just play some Greedfall. That's what I've been playing lately on PS4. And just wandering around and then like listening to videos online. I have fewer videos to listen to online now because there are fewer podcasts on giantbomb.com now. But I'll just have to find some other stuff to listen to. Okay. Well, that's all I really have for now. I'm going to finish setting up the little Scratch Moosadee page and post on Twitter about it. And then I'm going to pull this video down and do some little cuts. But otherwise, I'll see you all later.